Help me hit 7,000 subscribers. Support the video with a like and share your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. Thank you. I never thought a quiet Thursday evening would be the moment everything inside me shifted. But I guess life doesn't always wait for dramatic timing. My name is Aiden, and for the past 2 years, I've been trying slowly, carefully, patiently to build something real with a woman named Marley. She wasn't just beautiful. She had this softness in her voice that felt like home, and a way of smiling like she was remembering a secret joke she never told anyone. The problem was simple. Every time I tried to get close, she pushed me back with a gentle but firm, "Not now," or "I'm not ready," or the classic, "You're such a good friend, Aiden." If you've ever been in that place, the almost place, the maybe place, you know exactly how exhausting it is. You're close enough to hope but far enough to hurt. Still, I stayed. Maybe because I believed in her. Maybe because I believed in what we could be. Or maybe because I was too afraid to accept the truth. She didn't want me. That night, I drove over to her apartment to drop off a book she'd mentioned wanting. Not a gift, just a small gesture. Something to show I cared without being overwhelming. I rehearsed a simple line in my head. "Hey, do you maybe want to grab dinner this weekend?" Nothing fancy, nothing heavy. Just one more try. Her building smelled like fresh paint and vanilla candles. Marley loved candles. She said they made silence feel warm instead of lonely. When she opened the door, she looked surprised, like she had forgotten she'd asked for the book. "Oh, Aiden, hey," she said, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "I wasn't expecting you tonight." I smiled and held out the book. "Just thought I'd drop it off." She took it, glanced at it, and then at me, quick, sharp, almost guilty. "Aiden, you didn't have to do that." "I know," I said gently, "but I wanted to." A beat of silence passed. Then I took the smallest breath and added, "Also, I was wondering if you'd like to get dinner sometime. Just us. Nothing heavy." Her expression changed instantly. The warmth left her eyes first. Then her shoulders tensed. She looked like someone who had rehearsed her answer long before I asked. "Aiden," she said in that careful tone people use when they're trying to let you down softly, "I don't think that's a good idea. I really value our friendship. And I don't want you to get the wrong idea." There it was. Again. The same rejection, wrapped in soft kindness but still sharp enough to cut. I nodded. "Yeah, sure. I understand." But before either of us could say anything else, another voice came from behind the door. Light, amused, and a little too aware of the tension. "Wow, you're turning him down again." Marley stepped aside just enough for me to see Serena, her friend. Someone I had met a handful of times. Someone who always seemed to watch people a little too carefully, like she saw more than she said. Serena had a warm, mischievous smile and eyes that flickered like she was deciding whether to be honest or polite. "Serena," Marley said quickly, "this is not." But Serena held up a hand, still looking at me. "Aiden, is it? You're the guy who helped her move last spring, right? The one who fixed her porch light? The one who drove across town at midnight because she said her car was making a weird noise?" Marley shot her a warning look, but Serena ignored it. She stepped closer, leaning against the doorframe with her arms crossed. "And she turned you down." Again. Not a question, an observation. I felt heat rise in my neck. "It's fine," I said. "Really?" "No," Serena said softly, almost kindly. "It's not." Marley exhaled sharply. "Serena, can you please stop?" But Serena didn't move. Her eyes were still on me. Steady, curious, almost inviting. "You know," she said slowly, "if she doesn't see what's right in front of her, maybe she's not the one who deserves you." She paused, letting her words settle. "Why not choose someone who actually wants you instead?" The air froze. I saw Marley's eyes widen. I felt my own heartbeat stutter. Serena pushed off the doorframe, stepped closer, and said it clearly this time. No teasing, no hesitation. "Why not choose me instead?" For a moment, all I could do was stare at Serena, trying to understand if she was joking or if she was actually saying what I thought she was saying. Her expression didn't waver. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't teasing. She was just there, present, direct, almost strangely sincere. Marley reacted first. "Serena, what is wrong with you?" she snapped. I hadn't heard her use that tone before. Not with me. It was sharp, almost panicked. Serena didn't look at her. "What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking." "No one is thinking that," Marley shot back. "Really?" Serena tilted her head. "Because I've watched him show up for you for 2 years, March. I've watched him care and wait and try, and I've watched you take it, then act surprised when he finally asks for something real." Marley's face turned red. Anger? Embarrassment? Maybe both. "This is not your place." "But it is mine," Serena said gently, finally turning to her. "You're my friend, and he's a good man you keep stringing along because you like having someone adore you. But you don't want him. Not really. And that's fine. Just stop pretending you might someday." The words hit the air like a dropped glass. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I wasn't even sure whose side I was supposed to be on. It felt like I had stepped into an argument that had been simmering long before I arrived. Marley folded her arms tightly. "You don't understand everything." "Maybe not," Serena replied. "But I understand when someone is waiting for a chance they'll never get." I swallowed. Hard. Because she wasn't wrong. Deep down, I had known it for a long time. I just never wanted to admit it. Finally, Marley spun toward me. "Aiden, look, I'm sorry if I hurt you. That wasn't my intention." "I know," I said quietly, "and I meant it." She wasn't cruel. Just unavailable. "I just don't want anything to change between us," she added. "You're important to me." It was almost the same thing she had told me every other time. But hearing it now, right after Serena's blunt honesty, it felt thinner, almost rehearsed. Before I could respond, Serena stepped closer again, her voice softer now. "Aiden," she said, "can I ask you something?" I looked at her. "Yeah." "When was the last time you asked yourself what you want? Not what you hope she'll give you. Not what you think she'll eventually feel. Just you. What do you want?" The question sank deeper than I expected. Because the truth was painful. I'd spent so long trying to earn Marley's affection that I'd forgotten to check if it was actually where my heart belonged. Marley shook her head in disbelief. "Serena, you're being ridiculous." "No," Serena said simply. "I'm being honest. Something you haven't been with him in a long time." Marley's voice cracked a little. "Why are you doing this?" "Because," Serena said, looking at me again, "some people want to be chosen, and not after begging for a chance. Just chosen because they're seen." Her meaning was unmistakable. I felt like the floor shifted under me. These two women were so different. Marley, soft and careful, always keeping me at arm's length. Serena, warm and bold, offering something I'd never had from Marley, clarity. But the truth hit me with surprising calm. I didn't want drama. I didn't want a love triangle. I didn't want to be a prize someone fought over. I wanted peace, connection, something real. So I breathed in slowly and said the words that had been waiting inside me for months. I think I'm done waiting for something that isn't going to happen." Marley blinked, stunned. "Aiden, it's okay," I said. "Really, care about you. But I need more than maybe." The silence that followed was heavy, but for the first time it didn't feel suffocating. It felt like space, open, honest, and mine. Serena's expression softened, but she didn't look triumphant or smug, just quietly relieved. Marley exhaled shakily and stepped back from the door. I understand," she whispered. She didn't sound angry anymore, just sad, maybe surprised that I'd finally reached my limit. I nodded once, then turned to leave. But Serena's voice followed me down the hallway. "Aiden," I paused. She walked up beside me, stopping just close enough that I could feel the warmth of her presence but not close enough to crowd me. "I meant what I said," she told me gently. "If you ever want someone who chooses you first, I'm right here." Her words didn't feel like a sudden invitation or a dramatic confession. They felt like a door, not one I had to walk through now, but one that actually existed. For the first time in a very long time, I didn't feel rejected. or confused, or lost. I felt free. I smiled faintly. Thank you, Serena. Really. She smiled back. Soft, steady, and warm. Take your time. Just don't forget you deserve someone who doesn't hesitate. I nodded, breathed in the cool night air, and walked toward my car. Not heartbroken, not bitter, just quietly grateful that sometimes it takes one final rejection to finally find your own clarity. And maybe, just maybe, the person who sees you is the one who was standing in the doorway the whole time.